Hello everyone, hope you're doing just fine and hope you're doing well. It is going to rain here in California, Southern California. They said tomorrow, all right, it's really overcast now, so it might be a big one. Arctic River again coming in from, I guess, from the tropics and from Hawaii area, coming across the ocean, Pacific Ocean. And it looks like we're going to get some rain. So while you are rained in, don't forget, you'll have some extra time to do some subscribing, some liking, and some sharing, and put your comments down below. What we're going to do today is, in light of this big egg crisis, there ain't no eggs. Some people eat turkey eggs. I don't know if you knew that. Did you guys know that? Some people eat turkey eggs. They eat duck eggs. Any kind of a egg from a bird we can eat. The bearded dragon, sadly she passed on, she would lay eggs. Could you eat the reptile eggs? I guess you probably could. The unfertile reptile eggs, I guess you could eat that. But we don't eat turkey eggs too much in the United States, although they're perfectly fine for eating, and people say they taste kind of like more of a hearty chicken egg. And they said the difference between the different colors of the eggshell has a little difference effect of the taste of the egg. The most thing with the eating an egg of a chicken is going to be the yolk versus the white part. What's the white called? We always call it the yolk and the whites. And is it white? It's kind of clear and gooey. Gross. I'm a white guy. I hope I'm not clear and gooey. But yeah, so we can consume that. People, so we eat quail eggs, yeah, all kinds of good stuff. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna make a keto, and it's gonna be a keto McGriddle. And it's a hack of a McGriddle. So a little bit of sweetness, a little bit of savory, a little sweet, a little savory, some cheese. But we're not gonna use eggs because they're very expensive. Some people are paying $12 a dozen. They say if you go to Trader Joe's early in the morning when they first open, you may be able to get some eggs there for $4.99, $3.99, $4.99. They did have some at Grocery Outlet for $6.99 a dozen, so that's about half the price of people that are buying it for $12.99 or $12, $11.99, whatever it is. So no eggs. There's not going to be any eggs in this. Is this going to be a vegan meal since we're not having eggs? No, it is not. Because we're going to put some cheese on there. Now, let me show you the ingredients. First thing, I did already. Look at this. You're not going to believe this. Little magic for the camera, like they do in those cooking shows, or if people come on to Good Morning LA and they're making some kind of a cake, and they said this is how we make the cake. We put some eggs in here and we put some flour. Oh, by the way, I have one already made. Let's take it out of the oven. They always do that. So we're not quite that sophisticated. We're going to use these waffles. Now, there's two different types of waffles. These are protein waffles. These are for my mom. My mom doesn't have a problem with diabetes, or so we think, but she does need a good protein item because she says sometimes she has a little difficulty being up and ready to go, ready to hop out of the bed, ready to go. Don't we all? Especially with weather like this. I could definitely go to sleep right now. I was in my car earlier and I was sitting in my car doing something. I can't remember what I was doing. And all of a sudden I go, man, I could sleep right now. So these have 13 grams of protein. 13, can you see it? 13 grams of protein. This is a Kashi Go. Now, Kashi, I do not believe they make a keto product or low carb product. What I would have to do is just eat less than it says. Now, this is a 2 waffle configuration. I'll show it to you. That'd be 21 grams for 2 waffles. Minus, it was a minus 3 grams. So it's about 19 grams of carbs for 2. So if I was to have 1, do the math. Of what would be left in there. But let me show you what this is. This one she's having. So if you don't have a problem, like I said, this channel is not about necessarily weight loss, nor is it necessarily about keto or carbs. It's about what I did. So what I did is mostly take into consideration my diseases. Diabetes, the disease is real. Yeah, my foot's doing better. Woohoo! Give me a thumbs up on that. A like on that. Just my foot is doing better, and they took me off of all antibiotics right now. I am drinking, you're not going to believe this, but I am consuming coffee. Now, a cup of Joe, you know where that came from. I drank a cup of Joe on the Navy ships. They were only allowed 1 cup of coffee, and it was called Joe. Joe, the commander, is the one that had the law about that. You only have 1 cup of coffee. And sometimes they had like a chicory coffee or coffee that wasn't really made with coffee beans. They were only allowed 1 cup a day, and so that's what they call it, a cup of Joe. So sometimes they make a tea, or they make something else with whatever kind of beans they can come up with. So that's one of the ones we're doing. Now here's the one I'm going to have for me, BIRCH Benders. When I first found these, I thought it was Birch Brothers. And this is how many carbs there are. And the serving size is 2 waffles. And carbs, over here in the light,
carbs 21 minus 7, and all that. Alcohol, sugar 0. So yeah, so this net carbs, total carbs, whatever, a lot fewer than that one. Protein's probably less. Yeah, protein's only gonna be 5 grams of protein. So you get the advantage of the lower carb, 0 grams of added sugar. You get fewer carbs this way, but you're not gonna get the protein. So it's kind of gotta find out what it is you want. Then we're gonna get some cheese. Is there protein in the cheese? There's no carbs in this cheese, I don't think. Total carbs, yeah, well, it's less than 1 gram of carbs and 5 grams of protein. So for my mom's, she's gonna right here, she's gonna get 13 grams of. She's at 18 grams of. Wow, that's a lot of carbs. That's a lot of protein. Protein is very, very important. A lot of people think that since I'm a diabetic, I'm only concerned with one thing, which is my carbs, because that seems to be what I talk about the most. And that's because the diabetes was giving me the most problems. The weight loss helps me to better my diabetic response. I don't want my diabetes to be good. People say, I want this to be diabetes friendly. Friendly? I want it to be angry and mad at the diabetes. How dare you, diabetes? I'm not diabetic friendly. I'm diabetic angry. But we also have this cheese. And it has, this is in blue. This one has 6 grams of protein. So wow, we're at 24 grams of protein with this. Carbs on this one. It looks like it may have a carb or 2. Yeah, 2 grams of carbs if we ate a quarter cup. We may eat less than that. Quarter cup is about 2 tablespoons usually. And then we're going to put sausages on here. Now I did have some other sausage, which was a turkey sausage, a little bit smaller. And they're good. Turkey sausage is good. But I just want to make this more traditional. This right here on carbs has 1 gram of carbs, it says. And let's see, check the protein. Protein, we're at, let's see how many there are. 2, she's gonna have 2 of these. So that's another 10. So she's got 13, and then she got 13 carbs there, 22, and then she'll have these 2, 32 grams of protein in there. Wow. And relatively low in carbs. So this is good for me because I need to have the protein. Now there's more than one way to make these. You can make them in the microwave, which we're gonna do today. We're gonna make this the fastest way to make them. But you can also cook them in a skillet. Skillet. A lot of times they'll tell you the best way to make this is a skillet. Like fish. I don't know if you know this. You're never supposed to put fish in a microwave. Yeah, if you're eating fish, they say don't ever eat microwave. I don't eat fish. So for me, that's not a big factor. I think I gotta put these in the microwave, then I turn them. I think you turn them like this, like flip them. A lot of people like turn them, but if you have a microwave with one of those carousels, it's constantly rotating. So you may not need to do that unless you need to do a flip. So let me see the instructions. Here we go. Place on a paper towel. In a microwavable dish. I'm gonna add that to it. That's probably to absorb the grease, and the fats and the grease are beneficial if you're on a keto diet. Woo, what are we gonna do? Don't eat the keto. Don't eat the grease if you want to lower your cholesterol. Do eat the grease if you want to be on a keto kick, or if you're just on a low carb kick like me. What do you do with it? Do you eat half of the grease? I just don't know. Okay, so I'm gonna add the paper towel there. Heat, 100% power, 60 seconds. 2 patties. You're going to add, after 30 seconds, turn the patties and rotate. So we don't need to rotate them, it's just going to spin. So we're going to put them in there for like a minute and 20 seconds, whatever. We'll flip them like halfway. Let's do that. Now, these are already cooked, but you don't want to have a gooey pork sausage that's not cooked in your mouth or cold. Ooh! Because we're going to heat them up when we're done. Let's go ahead and put these on here. We wanted the cheese to melt. So we could put the cheese for looks. We could put the cheese on top of the sausage, I guess. But since we're gonna have 2 different kinds of cheese, let's go and put cheese on the bottom. So when that sausage hits it, that'll start melting. We'll put a little of the mozzarella on the top because we don't have any mozzarella. We don't have any mozzarella of slices. We have the shredded, like to go onto a pizza. We made some pizzas. Made a pizza the other day that everybody seemed to really like. I didn't know that they would. I do have some pepperoni now, so I can make some. I see my strawberries are now going bad, and everything fell off the thing.
Yeah, so my strawberries are now, I'm throwing them all away. I keep buying strawberries to donate to the trash can. Maybe the rodents at the dump are thankful for my donation, but I did just throw those away. I forgot to flip these. Go ahead and flip these bad boys over. And let's go another 30 seconds. And then once we put it all together, we will heat that a little bit more in there. I forgot to put we'll talk about that. I forgot to put these in there. I don't think it's a matter. I think that's just, that's going to be just to soak up the grease. It has nothing else to do about the cooking of the sausage. 21 more seconds. Smells good. Smells good. So there you go. Now, if you're a kosher diner, you won't be having the pork sausage. Can you have the turkey sausage? Probably. Or vegan, veggie. There's so many different diets out there. That's why I keep telling people. People say, I need to go on a diet. And I said, you're already on a diet. Do you eat food? Yeah, you're on a diet. We're already on a diet. And maybe I need to change some things in my diet. Maybe I need to change the amount of calories I take in. Maybe the calorie content is just fine, but what about the carbs? It kind of depends on what you're trying to do. Like I keep telling people, I heard this when I was at the VA. You always hear stupid things at the VA. As vets, you could have been a general and you're dumb as a rock now. I don't know. I think as soon as you get out of the military and become a veteran, your brain is removed or something. I don't know. Because a lot of dum-dums. They were saying that the Veterans Hospital down there has 5,000 employees, but now that Trump's cutting everything back and Elon's cutting it back, they're going to cut it back to 1,000. No. No. Do they have 5,000? I don't know. Where did they get that number? Did they pull it out of their keister? Likely. Are we cutting back that numbers? Absolutely not. Where did they get that from? From their feeble attempt to be relevant when it comes to the discussion of politics. Do I like them? Yeah. Do I believe anything they say? Absolutely not. A lot of people say that person's very honest. They were in the military. What? Like the thing with Trump. Did he really say the thing about look at all these losers when he was at the cemetery? Well, that's been proven. No, he did not say that. And people say, "Oh yeah, a 3-star general said he did." Okay. There's liars that are 3-star generals. There's liars that are presidents. There's liars that are kings and queens and all liars that are religious leaders. Yeah. Unbelievable. People sometimes tell lies. Yeah. I know. It's shocking, but true. Shocking, but true. I'll make sure I know which waffles are which. Yeah, this is. So this now will get its mozzarella on there. I'll show it real quick. And then I'll zap it for a second. Get a little bit of melt on the mozzarella. It doesn't have to be, completely melted. I'll do this one first. It looks kind of nice. This is the one with the high protein waffle. It looks nice that way too, doesn't it? A lot of times you see like chili and they'll put a bunch of cheese on top when they do it, when they film. Sometimes that's not real. It's plastic. The cheese is plastic, so don't eat that. But they don't let it melt at all, and they think it looks a lot better, and it probably does. Okay, we'll put this one in for 20 seconds, maybe a little bit more. Didn't quite melt. Now these, I could have made them a different way, and you probably are thinking to yourself, why not this way? Why not put it in the comment section? Why not this? I have these currently open face. Every time I go in there, now I'm mad about my strawberries. That's not dining for David and his tummy friendly. That is unfriendly because they all got molded. I don't know. I'm going to look up how to store strawberries. Avon had a product that you can put them in and it extends the life 3 or 4 times. But I've been on the go so much doing things that I haven't having breakfast. I've been which is bad. Mostly just having lunch, which is bad. It's important to have breakfast. But anyway, I'm going to wrap this up. I'll take a photo of it. Let me show you mine.
This is on the waffle.
The waffle that I made, for me, the diabetic waffle is a little bit more crispy. You can see a little more crispy, a little bit more yellow than the other one. The other one is a very high protein. This waffle, I forgot to say, this waffle I use for myself is chocolate chip. I have plain ones as well. The waffles I use for my mom's is a cinnamon something. Let's see what it is. Cinnamon and brown sugar. Woo! That's got a lot of stuff going for it, doesn't it? A lot of people think cinnamon's full of sugar. Well, no, cinnamon's not full of sugar. That's why we make cinnamon toast. We don't get just raw cinnamon and put on there with no sweetener. We always would sweeten it. So yes, that's what we have going on here. Hope you're doing well. I made them open face. Now, if I want to make them with one at the bottom and one at the top, that'd be twice the carbs. And on my mom's with twice the protein, that might have been good. She might want to have 4 waffles for her meal versus 2. But for me, 2 is good. I can just take a fork and eat that. Low carb, delicious. So I used a sweet waffle this time. I did have unsweet waffles for myself, and I did have unsweet waffles for my mom, unless I gave her the keto one, which I gave to her last time, and she did like it. She said, "Hey, that's really good." But the McGriddles, they're sweet. That's why I didn't want to use a sweet thing. We're not going to add any syrup, but we do have a syrup that I used on the pancakes. If you go back that way for the low carb things David makes, I did make pancakes with syrup. First of all, people say, "You can't have pancakes. You are diabetic." Well, I made low carb pancakes. "You can't have syrup. You're diabetic." And I used a sugar-free one. This is made with monk fruit. So, the reason called monk fruit is monks discovered it. Monks, not monkeys. So I thought it was monkeys. They're not monkeys. They're monks. But yeah, so it's gonna be sweet. So there are ways to do this kind of stuff. A lot of times what I'll do is I'll just want to use something. If it says add this to this, no. Someone said, "Can I make some sloppy joes?" Yes. Sloppy joes, a lot of times they'll have brown sugar. They'll have, some will have honey. They'll have some molasses. They'll have something really sweet in there. I would have to make them a little more savory, but I think I could. I'm going to work on that. Boop, boop, boop. Let me work on that. Strawberries. Use strawberries. I feel bad wasting them. I keep thinking if I throw them outside in the in the front patio area, will I grow a strawberry bush? But I don't think I will. Take care, everyone. Subscribe, like, share, comment. How do you eat your food? Do you eat McGriddles? Are you eating eggs? Are the eggs available? Eggs are really good for me as a diabetic, low in carbs, high in protein, and good to go. Take care, everyone. Have a great day. This will be out on Tuesday. The old manager has said never tell them what day it's going to be out, but I have a set schedule when I put things out, so it's kind of obvious. And if I'm doing something like this or I'm doing a taste test, it's going to be on Tuesday. Take care.